Hey fellow YouTubers, it's me, John LaValle. Listen, I'll tell you how I've got my kitchen arranged. I used to have my pots and pans up on top of the cupboards, but basically rip a muscle every time I need a pot, which is, 2-3 times a day I need a pot. And when I wash the pots, I put them back, and it was a real inconvenience. So I started putting the pots into cupboards. That there became an inconvenience to me. Every time I want a pot, it isn't the one on top, it's the one three or four pots down. So now I gotta drag all these pots out. There's enough room to lift all this stuff inside the closet and get them all out on the counter and get the pot I want. And I'm a person who likes convenience, I like efficiency, so I put up some stripped wood strips up on the ceiling. It's just basically simple. I don't care what it looks like. And I drilled them, before I put them up, I drilled them to the size of a spike. I had 3.5 inch twist nails. You call them spikes, we call them twist nails. They have a twist in them. And so that's what I did, is I put the when I drilled, I made sure to drill straight through. I drilled up on an angle so that the nail would come through slightly up on an angle. This would ensure that the pots didn't slide off the nail. They were held in by the decline of the nail. And so that's what I did. And I put these strips up. I put a whole bunch of them up. And I took all my spatulas and draining spoons and scooping spoons and all the hardware that whatever these little gadgets are, like cheese graters and everything, and I hung them all up. This way I could take the congestion of my cupboards, reduce the congestion of the cupboards. The only thing I didn't do is the pot lids. I keep them in the bottom of the stove, or the oven, whatever the hell the thing's called, and yeah, I put them there. And because they're hard to stack. I do have an idea of how to stack them, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So anyways, this clears off my my countertops, keeps them clear, and keeps my cupboards so they're not congested. And then I can put my dishes and canned goods and stuff like that in my cupboards and use them for as a convenience. I also took magnetic strips and I put them on the wall and hung up all my knives, my chopping board knives, and because I had them in a cupboard. And you know what it's like, one day you open up the cupboard, it'll only go up like 2 inches because something got hooked up inside and you can't get the damn thing open. And now you're going and shaking it back and forth, hoping that this stuff will settle down and it'll open up. You end up putting your hand in there trying to get this one item. Anyways, I got rid of that problem. The other problem is you don't want to put your hand into a drawer full of knives. You can cut yourself. You can buy a knife block. The problem with those wood blocks is I don't know what the hell the knife is. I got to pull every single knife I got to pull out till I find the one I'm looking for. And what happens is you end up just using one knife for everything. And like knives are different shapes and stuff and different edges for a reason, that are a convenience to use. And so anyways, I used the knife strips, and I took all my like seasonings and spices and that. I made a little rack, even for my salt and pepper and everything. Everything's up on a rack in the kitchen wall where I can get at it real quick. So my kitchen, if you look at it, you say, well, it's a bit junky. You got woks and everything else hanging from, like those quick stir-fry woks that you use on the stove. I got everything hanging. So first one I say, it kind of looks junky here. It does. That doesn't really matter to me. What does matter, actually, I think it looks cool, all this stuff hanging. But I'll tell you something. I got like 100 things hanging, especially when you get into the food preparation, spatulas and stuff, and spoons, potato graters and everything's hanging. Yeah, it looks junky. I think it looks cool, but is it ever convenient? Does it ever motivate me to cook food? It's just so easy to do it. Everything's out of my way, and I don't have to search for everything, or it's all right there in front of me. All I gotta do is look at it and reach for it. It's just great. Now the big pots that I don't use very often, the big volume pots, let's say you're making a big stew or something, I'm lucky if I use them once a year, so they can go up on top of the my kitchen cupboards. I happen to have kitchen cupboards with space between them and the ceiling, so they fit up there real good. And it's not an inconvenience to me because how often do I use them anyways, but everything else is up on my racks, and I just think it's great. Never been happier in a kitchen. It might look junky, but who cares? It is working for me. See ya.